Who are you?
I am Cédric Heuchenne. I am for professors in data science, statistics, big data in Europe, and more specifically in Belgium, in the University of Liège. Therefore, I have several projects, mainly devoted to marketing problems, pharmaceutical problems, industrial problems that treat, let's say the idea is to treat a lot of data, to gather a lot of data coming from different sources, different social networks, for example, to gather these data and to try to analyze them. Let's say, for example, when you want to target a market, you try to find the different characteristics of your potential customers, and the idea is to try to gather data coming from Facebook, for example, and to find these characteristics to offer the customer, to offer different companies or firms, offer a profile of possible customers based on these data. Yeah, therefore my role is in this university is to try to advise different points that are important in data science. You know, in Europe and in America, there are a lot of firms who need data scientists, who need people who are able to manage big databases. And that's the reason why we try to more and more develop trainings that are possibly that can help students to provide, that can help students to learn methodologies, to learn how, on a computational point of view, on a mathematical point of view, on a statistical point of view, how the students can develop their potential, their skills, in order to answer these very important questions in the industry, in the society. Therefore, here in Da Nang, we had the opportunity to collaborate for several years, for example, with different collaborators that I had for a long time in Europe, that I hired in my department as well. Therefore, it was a great opportunity to share our knowledge, to share our skills, and today to be able to have a so high level of collaboration so that we are able to propose now a program in data science in Da Nang University, a program in 4 years with a very open way to propose different courses coming from computer science to statistical analysis, machine learning, deep learning techniques, and techniques that are applied, that are really applied in business and industry. About the work opportunities, there are many possible works. You know, in general, in data science, that can come from a basic analysis of a small data set to a very huge data set, to very huge big data that consists of a set of different files that are gathered coming from different points in a supply chain managed in a supply chain, for example, coming from different points in industry 4.0. We know how it is exciting now for research, for industry, to come up with this new word of communicating sensors and so on. This provides so many data coming from different sources that it's very important to analyze all this. Therefore, in Europe, there are many companies going from communication companies to more technical industrial companies to very big companies like Amazon, Google, and so on, who are looking for researchers who are able to, researchers, but also workers, also persons who are able to deal with these huge amounts of data. Therefore, there are many firms, I would say insurance companies, for example, in Europe. Insurance companies are very important. For example, when you want to have an insurance about your car, there are many data that may treat it with that, and in the future we will see that more and more data with telematic and so on will be treated to this through big data, through this industry 4.0. In the pharmaceutical industry as well, we have a lot of possible new works, and as I said, in the future the industry will be mostly made of this kind of analysis, which will be very unavoidable, and that people will have to understand and to manage in their everyday work, day by day work. If I have to provide an advice to the future students, it's really important to provide the best advice. And indeed, I'm not sure of what I can say like this, but what I can say is, okay, we are going to learn from data. Learn from data, that means first learn. That means that we are going to, the students have to learn a lot to understand what happens. If you merge data, if you gather data to construct a file, to analyze a phenomena, the student has to fully understand where the data come from. What is the process that generated the data? Fully understand how these data have been created. And when the student understands that, he will understand how to model that. That means how to mathematically represent what happens in that word. Therefore, that means that the student has to understand very clearly, fully, the mathematical models that are behind big data and data science. Next to that, he will also have to learn and have important computational skills. But before everything, understanding what is behind data, what are the mathematical, statistical thinking behind the models. I think it's the most important advice I could do to a student.